What's happening, guys? We're back. We're gonna mount a battery today. All right, so it was Easter weekend last weekend. I'm filming this a week in advance, so it's Easter weekend coming up. We are heading out to Saskatchewan to spend Easter with my wife's family. They live out there, so I'm not gonna have much time to work in the shop this week. So I wanted something nice and quick and easy, simple that we could do on the car, you know, something we could knock out in an evening. And I figured it's time to mount a battery in this car. So I've tossed around a couple of ideas on batteries. I'd really love to run one of those nice compact Optima red tops or yellow tops. In all honesty though, we just don't have the budget for it right now. So the other option, I don't really want to run like a big fat Costco lead acid. They're just heavy and hard to package. So I looked around and there's a lot of guys running these cars with motorcycle batteries. There's a lot of cars like this with motorcycle engines in them, so it kind of makes sense. The motorcycle battery should work for us. We don't have a big banging stereo system. We don't have big LED light bars. We don't have a whole lot of electrical draw on the system. And it's gonna be stored inside. Probably will never run in the winter time. So we don't need anything big and we don't need a whole lot of cold cranking amps. So a motorcycle battery should work. Also, conveniently, I have a motorcycle battery sitting in the shop. So the price is right, it's free. It's not free, I just bought it earlier this summer. Start of the summer, I bought two batteries, one for my bike and one for my wife's bike. And Kelsey never even started her bike this summer, so I still have the battery fresh in the box. So we're gonna try mounting this guy in the car, and hopefully it has enough juice to power everything. If not, we can upgrade it in the future. It'll probably just take a new battery box, which is gonna be pretty quick. We'll probably do it in an evening. So first steps first, we need to get rid of this hood. Some jack-off mounted it last week, so now we don't have any way to keep it propped open or anything, so we can't work underneath it. So I'm just gonna pick it up, pull that pin out, get rid of the hood. That should give us lots of room to work. I think that there's a good spot to mount it in the passenger side of the engine compartment, nice and low. So we'll take a look there, take some measurements, mock it up, and then grab some angle iron, cut it up, and build a battery box. So let's get after it. All right, I think this is gonna be perfect. There's actually a pile of room here. I never really realized it, but we could fit a battery down near 3 times this size, or 3 of these batteries, hook them all up in parallel and just have a big no, we're not gonna do that, that's silly. But anyhow, we got enough room here. It's also pretty convenient because all of the electrical components on the engine are right here. Our alternator's right here, our starter's right there, so we can have pretty short little battery runs to those. We're planning on mounting our fuse box and ECU right here on the firewall anyhow, so it'll be nice little short battery runs to those as well. So it seems like the perfect spot to mount the battery. We can mount this battery in pretty well any orientation. It's an AGM absorbed glass mat battery, so you can mount it upside down, sideways and whatnot, but I think that just mounting it vertical is going to work the best here. So we'll just build a little angle iron box and it'll just kind of sit there, and then we'll build a hold down strap for it in the future. I'm not convinced that this is going to be the best solution, so I'm not going to weld anything solid to the frame or build a tie down strap because it might change in the future. So let's grab some angle iron, cut it up, make a little tray, and we'll be good to go. works pretty well. It's by far not the best work I've ever done, but considering we only had about an hour to work in the shop tonight, I'd say it's pretty good. So that's where we're gonna leave that. In the future, we might cut those tack welds off. I just tacked it in there. We might cut those and make a nice, you know, folded sheet metal part or something a little bit better than that. Or we might build a bigger tray to accommodate a bigger battery. But right now that gives us a good starting point. We can then kind of move on and get a roll on our wiring. So next week, hopefully I have a little bit more time to work in the shed. I don't have anything planned for next weekend. And then we can build the firewall. And then I have a fuse box that we can mount on there, start some of the wiring, kind of get that ball rolling. But I don't have time for any of that this week. So thank you so much for watching, you guys. If you haven't already, like and subscribe. Check us out on Instagram, Left Foot First Media, and we'll see you next week. I'm out of here.